And now the invasive water hyacinth has choked large water body masses in the country over the years, with far-reaching consequences on fish and water sector. It is estimated that the fish sector loses close to 3 billion shillings annually as the invasive weed takes its toll on fish stocks and general quality of water in Lake Victoria. The tide is, however, set to change as a science secondary school teacher in Kisumu innovatively puts water hyacinth and baggies to use as the raw material for the production of bioethanol. Achola Simon tells us more.
Innovators and researchers in the country's education system have often been accused of churning out brilliant research papers and theories that at best gather dust in the institution's library shelves. But a science teacher at Lions Secondary School in Kisumu County is, however, changing the narrative. Richard Ochieng Orwa, then based at Mdiera Secondary School in Siaya County, led his students in a science project that impressed at the national event on how to produce bioethanol for domestic cooking from water hyacinth and bagasse.
Nearly the entire world uses sugarcane molasses as the raw material for bioethanol fuel production, with a few companies in Brazil and India trying tropical sugar beet. But at East Africa, we use a class of raw material known as cellulose materials. These cellulose materials, they have not been commercially used for production of ethanol because to digest them is a little bit technical. So at East Africa, we have a technology where we can break the cellulose materials in mainstream waste. This is specifically water hyacinth and sugarcane bagasse.
The two raw materials that have been a menace in Nyanza region for over the years.
So our raw materials, because they are mainstream waste, they are affordable. At the same time, we are trying to clean the environment. You know the problems caused by sugarcane bagasse in the sugar companies. They have a challenge to dispose them. Many companies ban them, and that releases a lot of CO2 into the environment and all that. You know the problem caused by water hyacinth in the lake. I don't need to explain.
It is estimated that the fishing sector, especially in Lake Victoria, loses close to 3 billion shillings annually due to the invasive weed that has choked the lake, affecting fish stocks and general water quality.
Because the staff can tap it.
The journey for Richard began in 2016 at Mdiera Secondary School in Siaya County, when he led students in crafting an idea of how to use water hyacinths and bagasse to produce bioethanol.
Any project that passes county level, that is already a business idea. The government of Kenya has done very little to promote this, especially the Ministry of Education. They only award the certificate, and that is the end of it. I wish that within the Ministry of Education, there is an agency called Kenya National Innovation Agency. How I wish they could tap these potential ideas so that they organize something like an incubation center, such that after the competition, they pick the ideas that can be commercialized and scaled up, and they take these teachers and students through incubation process and help them, give them the seed money to start.
He would later follow up the science conference by entering it into a science competition by the government, in which he emerged the best, marking the beginning of a potentially revolutionary clean energy project in rural areas.
Ni jiko mzuri, haina moshi, inapika haraka, pia mafuta yake si expensive, unaweza pata ya 20 na naweza tumia kama mimi bado sina familia mingi.
In 2021, the German International Climate Initiative commissioned Kenya Ethanol Cooking Fuel Master Plan.
That is what she does. Anachukua bioethanol yake.
In the plan, it proposes a 25 billion shillings investment into cane and cassava growing to boost the potential raw material needed for the production of bioethanol in the country. Richard concurs with the projection and challenges the government to invest more in small-scale ethanol producers as opposed to those in the industrial sector.
But we want to have several micro-distilleries in the villages. And I feel the governments will support that initiative so that we have a revolution of bioethanol fuel. Just like the posho mill, we have micro-distilleries in every village. You can do fermentation at your home. You carry your fermented product. Then you go pay a small fee and you distill your product, which you can sell or you go and use as a fuel.
Achola Simon, Sunday Express.